you'd have instantly understood the greater lessons of doctrine and instructions and warnings that he's seeking to teach them, but they weren't able because they didn't trust him. That lesson is driven home in verse 11, where he says, how is it that you don't understand that I don't speak to you concerning bread, but to beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and Sadducees? Then they understood that he did not tell them to beware of the leaven of bread, but of the doctrine, the false teaching of the Pharisees and Sadducees. It's like, how is it that you did not understand? Again, a rhetorical question. The idea is because you failed to learn and just trust basic lessons of faith. And this is what I need to learn from this. If I can learn to trust Jesus, I am going to know instantly what he is teaching me and what the Holy Spirit is speaking to me out of his word. They failed to just trust him in these lessons of faith that were to be learned in the feeding of multitudes. If they had learned those primary lessons, then they would not have been so self-focused and so concerned with their own inabilities. How many believers you see like that? They're so self-focused and they can't even get their eyes off themselves. And so they don't hear the greater lesson Jesus is trying to teach them. They can't even trust him. This is what the Pharisees were. That was their doctrine. They teach that it's all up to you. It's all on you. And you got to provide everything for Jesus. You got to go through all these traditions. It's not God providing everything for me. That's their doctrine, Jesus was saying. And if I don't learn the primary lessons of faith, that Jesus can provide for my food, and that he can provide for that in abundance, then I'm going to immediately be like a Sadducee, with things only in my flesh and only in my provision for myself. And that God doesn't work supernaturally. I got to work it on myself. I can't trust in a sovereign God who can provide for my needs. And so this is where they came to, oh, now we get it. We don't trust you. We don't believe in your faith. We're becoming just like them. The sooner they learn to trust in him for everything, the sooner they will mature spiritually beyond even the level of Pharisee and Sadducees, to be and not be susceptible to those false teachings, like those that promoted hypocrisy, the hypocrisy of religious leaders. That same lesson I need to learn. I can trust my faithful Lord for everything. And in doing so, my spiritual perception is going to grow and it's going to mature. And we're going to have communion right now.